In order to give prospects the best possible experience, it's important to understand exactly what is going to happen with them in the Infusionsoft system. So today we're going to take a look at our sales pipeline. The sales pipeline basically outlines exactly what's happening to every prospect as they get into the system and change the statuses in the system. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of what happens. So the salesperson calls, leaves a message, and we have a sequence for when a message is left. The first thing that happens is there's a follow-up email that gets sent out to the prospect. This email basically says, we're following up to a voicemail. Uh, would you like to sell your home? And it gives some information about the express home buyer process, as well as a couple of links here that can give more information about the process and the company. It'll also give the salesperson's phone number and ask that they reach back out. Anytime a prospect clicks on a link in any email generated from the system, the salesperson is notified that they're consuming content and that they should be followed up with soon. After that email is sent, 1 day later, a task is created for the salesperson to whom that prospect is assigned to follow up with them again. That process stays the same as up to 4 messages are left. Once the 4th message is left, it will put them into a long-term nurture campaign where they'll receive meaningful and valuable information for the next 12 months periodically to keep express home buyers at the top of conscious. The same sequence of events takes place if there's no answer as if there was the message left. With long-term nurture, say the salesperson reaches out to somebody and they're just not ready to do anything right now, the salesperson has the option to put them in the long-term nurture phase where they will receive content from express home buyers via email periodically throughout the course of a year, and every 2 months it'll generate a task for that salesperson to just touch base with everyone in their long-term nurture pipeline just to make sure their situation hasn't changed. Next, we have the contract pending phase. So this means that we have the seller actually has signed a contract with us. So what the first thing that happens is it'll send out a contract pending email, and it will send this to the managers saying that we have a contract pending in give the pertinent information from that, including, the name, address, offer price, repair value, after repaired value, how they heard about us, lead source, etc., etc. Then a week later, it'll create a task for them to be followed up with again and make sure that that status is correct. Because we're expecting them to move out of this status. The contract pending status, we really should have them express either buying their home or the status changing to some other status such as lost because there's an issue that came about. So it'll just remind the salesperson to keep revisiting that status and make sure that it is still appropriate. Then at 30 days, we have a notification that goes out that says that no status is there's no status change, and this will go out to management, so management can actually follow up and make sure that that is still the appropriate status to have that prospect in. Out of state and referred sequences basically are just triggering the prospect to be referred out to either a realtor or to another partner that might be able to assist them in selling their home. So that means that Express isn't able to help them, but Express still wants to be able to give them, good partners that can potentially help them with their situation as well. When the contact is first made, all we have here is that it's tagged so the contact is made, so we show that we have contacted this person. Um, if an offer is made, this is a big one. So there's a lot of follow-up involved when an offer is made because, again, there shouldn't be people sitting in offer made status for very long since they, will generally either accept or reject the offer. So what we have is every 2 days, the salesperson is going to be reminded to both call and email them to follow up with that offer until it's either accepted or it is denied. That sequence, of course, will stop if it's changed out of the offer made status and into any other status. Now, appointment set. When an appointment is set, it'll just create a little task here to call and confirm the appointment. Infusionsoft can automatically generate appointment reminders, but Express likes people to actually have a phone call from their salesperson to confirm their appointment and help with that relationship. Now, when an offer is rejected, there's another sequence that's involved with this. It'll create a task 2 weeks later to just follow up and see if the situation has changed or if there's anything else that we can do for them. It will do that twice. Referred, as we'd mentioned, goes out to the realtor partners based on the potential needs of the client. For instance, they might not have enough equity to be able to sell to Express, or they may not be willing to sell for the price that Express is offering, so they can be referred to one of the realtor partners. Then, of course, if the deal is totally lost, that means that the sale is not going through, or the sale is lost to someone else, meaning that they've sold the home. Then that gets them out of the system entirely, and they'll no longer receive content from Express. So that summarizes how prospects are treated and what the process flow is through Infusionsoft. Thank you very much.